What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. We don't talk about it, we breathe about it. This is about my fourth time trying to film this because there's like semis and motorcycles and a bunch of loud noises that are going on. So, Lord, please be with me right now because I'm super irritated. But moving on to things, today's video was sparked by all the latest talk about this 5G and the outbreak that everybody is fully aware of right now. Everybody's on lockdown. And me personally, I hadn't heard about this 5G and these towers and all this stuff till about a month ago. It was like there was all this talk about these towers and all of this stuff, which kind of sparked my interest. And so I started doing some research, and then a lot of these things that are out there on the internet, you guys can do your own research. Once again, you don't have to believe everything I say. I think that that's a problem with a lot of people these days, is they just believe everything that they see. They don't do their own research. So if you guys disagree with what I'm saying, you're more than welcome. It's a free country. You can do your own research and educate yourselves, because that's the best thing that you can do. Now, I don't expect anybody to agree with me, like I said, and I've gotten a lot of backslash from some things I've posted on my Instagram because people are, counteracting, oh, well, you believe in God, but then you believe in conspiracy theories. I'm just going to say that every human has their own thought process. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody believes in different things. So this is just my personal belief. If you disagree with it, that's on you. I'm not trying to pressure my beliefs on anyone. I'm just trying to shed a little bit of light on some things that I've done my own personal research on. So, as we all know, this all started in Wuhan, right? Now, everybody's blaming all of the sickness on, this outbreak, which, once again, you're totally, entailed to your own beliefs and what you think. But let's just look at the facts here, which is some things that I just want to point out to educate you guys. First started out in Wuhan. The biggest death tolls have been in Wuhan and in Italy. Now, if you look at the 5G and these towers and all this speculation on this stuff, the 5G towers started in Wuhan, and then the second biggest mass production of these towers was in Italy. Now, once again, they're blaming this on the virus, why there have been so many, deaths and sicknesses and stuff like that. Let's take a look at Russia. So this is, once again, another fact that you can look at. No one has died in Russia, and the reason being, there are no 5G towers in Russia. You can look this up once again. They have not authorized the production of the 5G towers in Russia because it is a military-grade nuclear weapon. A lot of people don't know this, but 5G was actually used as a military weapon in the past on different countries as, once again, a nuclear weapon. So the reason why they're having to authorize and have Congress pass all of the production of these towers is because it's harmful. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Radiation poisoning can cause death. Now, if you put it on a spectrum of when you have cancer and you get radiation, you're obviously getting a huge high potency of radiation to kill off all of your blood, or, however it works, a very high frequency. Then you look at something like a microwave, where it's putting off radiation. A lot of people don't like microwaves in their houses, and they don't use them because if you guys didn't know, when you cook something in the microwave, it changes it from a molecular level. So a lot of people theorize that when you cook your stuff in the microwave, it takes out all the nutrition. So let's just look at the facts here. A microwave puts out about 2.3, I want to say, watts of radiation when you use it. These 5G towers are producing more than 60. So they are saying that it's taking about 6 months from people being exposed to this radiation to start feeling the effects. Now, let's look at something like the common flu. When your body gets a virus or the flu, what happens when you have the flu is you get a temperature. Most people know when you get a temperature, it's your body's natural way of heating itself to kill off this virus, because viruses cannot survive in high temperatures or in severely cold temperatures because it shocks it. Now, when your body gets a fever, it's its own way, once again, of getting rid of and cleansing, and your body's own way of releasing and getting rid of these toxins. So if you look at the effects of radiation poisoning, you're welcome to research it yourself. You can just look at like the common symptoms of radiation poisoning, and it causes flu-like symptoms. You produce a fever because your body has been exposed to this toxic entity, and so it's trying to fight it off. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, that's silly because, you can't die from radiation poisoning, or you don't get the flu and you don't get respiratory issues with radiation poisoning. And let me tell you, what radiation poisoning does is it takes out the oxygen from your blood flow. So something like pneumonia can easily happen when you're exposed to something like that, because it's taking oxygen out of your blood. So a couple other things that are just confusing to me is this is on a worldwide spectrum, right, of this outbreak. It's happening worldwide, so people are like, well, why would the United States do this? It's going on all over the world. Well, let me just say, if they were building a telephone pole or something like that, would Congress have to authorize that? No, they wouldn't, because a telephone pole is a telephone pole. So please answer this. Why is 5G having to be authorized and passed through Congress, through every county, if it is unharmful? Here we go. This is what I've been dealing with all freaking day. Sorry about that. So, if something is unharmful, please tell me why Congress is having to authorize it and having to pass it and pass all these laws, yada, yada, yada. That makes zero sense to me. Secondly, when something is passed through Congress, typically takes months or years to follow through and, from start to finish dates, right? Well, this outbreak has been lasting, about 2 months now, since we've been, really taking it seriously, and it was a concern and all this and that. I live in Maui, as a lot of you know. They just passed the bill through Congress for all of the islands in Hawaii to be 5G approved. So this just happened 7 days ago. We already have multiple of those towers up, which is not only costing a fortune, but I'm just thinking, so with people dying and there's panic and our beaches are closed, our parks are closed, our schools, our churches, all of our businesses, everything is shut down right now. But you guys are prioritizing the mass production of these cell towers, or these 5G towers all over. Why is this a thing? If we're really all dying from a virus, why would their top priority be to building all of these 5G towers? That just blows my mind. I mean, we need help with sanitation. We need help in our hospitals. We need help with all kinds of crap to be perfectly... Let's really think about it. I mean, do we want better cell service right now? Or do we want to take care of our people and make sure we're safe and healthy? I don't get it. And then overnight you wake up and you see 3 towers that were built. Like, I just don't understand where the money, the resources, and the time, and really the priorities are coming from. It blows my mind. Now, on another level of things that are concerning is cruise ships are still open, flights are still open, but our schools, churches, beaches, public beaches, the ocean, I'm not even allowed to go in the ocean, you guys. That is mind-blowing that they can literally... I mean, I thought America was land of the free. We're not free anymore, folks. If you haven't looked into martial law is the government overthrowing its people, and everybody is listening and staying inside. Oh, but let's make sure that the 5G towers are being built, and quickly. Why are flights open? Why are cruise ships still open? And especially they're saying to be quarantined and you have to stay inside. But you're allowed to go on a cruise ship with hundreds of other people? I don't understand it. And then people are like, oh, well, if people want to go on a cruise, that's on them and they're stupid. I agree 100% with that. My rationality is, why are things like that still available for us to even be booking and doing? If this is a serious threat to our humanity and to millions, billions of people, okay, there's 6.3 billion people on this planet. Why is cruise ships and flights still open? My mind is blown, you guys. I cannot ever grasp, once again, the priorities of the government to shut down everything, but the two things that could possibly cause more infectious. It's just, that's just my opinion. Now, if you have done any more research, once again, I am a very religious person. Well, I would say spiritual, but in the Bible, it talks of these prophecies, right? It says the Son of Man shall come down on a cloud and the mark of the beast. And a lot of people are very familiar with this story. And let me mind you, the Bible was written thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years ago. So how is it that, it talks about the mark of the beast, the Son of Man shall come down on a cloud, all of that stuff. And now we are literally living that right now. Now, who is the Son of Man? A lot of people think, oh, Jesus is the Son of Man. No, let me educate you. Jesus is the Son of God. So who is the Son of Man? The Son of Man is something that we have created, technology. What is all of our virtual, our pictures, Instagram, basically our whole lives are now uploaded onto the cloud, which everybody is very aware of. Everything we know today is saved onto a cloud. A couple more interesting facts. They are right now in the midst, and they have been working on this for years and years and years, is being able to upload people's subconscious onto a cloud. And they already have very realistic looking robots that they are planning to upload your subconscious into a robot, essentially. And what they're saying is, oh, so when you have grandchildren and you have, all these grandkids and generations of people, that you can still live and you can still interact and tell your future generation about your life and your experiences and share all these things with them. Let me just tell you right now, if you agree to upload your subconscious onto a cloud, you then essentially, and this was their other point. So in a sense, people who are scared of dying, you don't have to be scared because essentially you would never die. So now you're taking life and death, you're taking that away from God, our creator, and you're taking that into your own hands, and you're going to upload it onto a robot. Does that sound creepy? Does that sound fun? It weirds me out. I think the robots today, how you can ask them questions and all this stuff, super freaky. So going back to my point. With this outbreak, Bill Gates has talked about putting a microchip in everybody's hand so that you know if they're vaccinated, you know if they've had the COVID-19, basically everything about this person. The mark of the beast, which has a number, has all of your information on a freaking microchip. Now, something else that's interesting. When you have this microchip, you then have access to basically anything. Anyone who does not have that microchip can no longer attend concerts, football games, any type of public event. You will not be allowed access to enter or go to. So they are literally going to force people into getting a microchip in your hand so that you can be involved and live in the normal world, aka the fake reality and the fake world. If you get the microchip, you're allowing them to take charge of your life. And that is written in the prophecies once again, that when you get the mark of the beast, God shall come down and he shall save his followers, aka people that would deny that and allow for God to take them as it should be. So some of these things are just, it's just crazy too, because this, you guys, COVID-19 is not what we need to be worried about. Okay? These 5G towers are what we need to be worried about. And a lot of people think I'm crazy. Oh, well, you need to do the science and COVID-19 is real and all of this stuff. Well, you mean to tell me we are in 2020? We have the technology to make cars that are solar powered. They already have those, by the way. Look it up. And we're so technologically advanced at this point, but they don't have a cure for it. And it's, you guys, if it's just so frustrating for me because, and then me and my friend got in an argument recently where she said they're building mass grave sites for millions and millions of people. Huh. So you mean to tell me they already have grave sites to contain millions of human bodies? How long have they been preparing for this? You mean to tell me in the last 2 months that they just have had all these resources to build mass graveyards and they're preparing for all of these deaths when, what is it? I am not 100% on all my numbers because they are changing on the daily. But you guys, this kind of stuff, this kind of preparation, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. Yet all of these grave sites are already dug and done and ready. The 5G towers are being built in the middle of the night while people are inside. I mean, this stuff is just crazy, you guys. And a lot of you are going to think I'm crazy. But just look at the facts. If something wasn't harmful, they wouldn't have to authorize it. Okay? Another interesting thing is there is a patent for COVID-19. A patent. Do you know what a patent means? It means that somebody owns it. If you weren't aware, once again, go ahead out, use Google, do your own research. They own this virus, okay? Somebody owns it. So if it just happened to come out like the plague, you know what I mean? Like, why would you own that? The plague. It's just basic common sense. So I don't know, you guys. My point is we need to really seriously start looking around us. We are inside and we are confined and we are being told we can't access any of our civil rights. We have lost all of those. If you think you live in the land of the free, you're highly mistaken at this point. And I think that we need to wake up and kind of be concerned about a lot of things that are going on around us. Once again, please educate yourselves, do your own research. So, like I said, I have, and then it just kind of spiraled into me like researching more and more and more. And then that's when I kind of started getting freaked out. Let me also point out for those of you that are going to say, I'm the Antichrist because I believe in theories. Do you guys know what a theory is? It's a theory, okay? So Darwinism was a theory. Einstein's theory of, the black hole and time travel and all that stuff was a theory. Anything today can be considered a theory, okay? You just have to have the right person to authorize it, just like the dictionary. There are people that say, oh, well, this word means this, and then they'll say, oh, that makes sense, okay, blah, 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 blah. Are you guys seeing the correlation here? I mean, anything can be considered a theory, just like people theorize God. But I'm telling you right now is the time to really start reaching out to God. And a lot of people don't understand, the relationship and the correlation with humans and God because they haven't felt the love of Christ and they don't actually believe in God. So a lot of people aren't going to understand a lot of the madness behind religion or people turning to God at this time, because they haven't experienced it and they haven't, opened up their mind and their hearts to it. God doesn't want anything from you, you guys. God doesn't want your money. God doesn't want all these things from you. He simply wants you to trust and to love him. All you have to do is talk to him. Doesn't have to be scripted. It can be the simplest little thing. I can give my own personal testimony to the love of God and to him answering me on the daily basis. There's times every single day when I get angry or frustrated or negative, and I will just simply release it unto God and say, I surrender my problems and my anxieties to you. I need your help right now, Jesus, please. And it's so crazy because I never notice that he's done it and that he's actively working with my thoughts and my actions and my day until hours, sometimes days later. And then I'm like, whoa, that's really crazy. Like, he actually really helped me later on that day, or, an hour ago or whatever. So you guys, you have nothing to lose from turning to God, but you have everything to gain. And God is a firm foundation, because when you have God in your heart, you have faith, you have trust, you have hope. You have nothing but things to gain with yourself. God teaches you to have unconditional love for yourself, to have unconditional love for people around you. He teaches you about morals and what's right and what's wrong. So people that don't believe in God right now, it's just, you have nothing to lose. And you don't need a Bible. You don't need someone to teach you about God. Look for yourself and look within. Because when you really, really, truly desire to seek him and to know him, he will show himself. I can promise you, he will show himself. So times are really scary right now, you guys. And like I said, my biggest point here is that if you haven't known the love of God, that I would just try to push you guys to just try talking to him. Say a little prayer and you will be amazed at what you find. And sometimes he doesn't answer you right away, but he will. He will show himself to you. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I don't mean to scare you. I feel out of control with all of these towers being built. I don't know what to do. The biggest thing that I can do is just share some of my knowledge with you guys in hopes that you would do your own research and look into some of these harmful things and really scary things that are going on around us. But if you have the love of Christ in your heart, everything will be okay and you can trust in him. So I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe. Hope that you're staying positive. Hope that you're getting some fresh air. It's so important. And if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask me. I don't want anyone having negative comments on these videos. If you've noticed in my past, anybody that tries to provoke any type of confrontation, I shut it down, and I shut it down with love. I don't have to bicker back and forth and create a war. I just say, you know what, your opinion's your opinion and it's okay. So, I hope that, you have a great day or whatever. Kill people with kindness, you guys. And another big thing that we need to be mindful of is being kind to one another. This outbreak has everybody so vulnerable and so emotional, so sensitive. It is causing a lot of binds between people, and everybody has their own opinion. So it's just causing a lot of people to give in their 2 cents and have the last word and this and that. And you're wrong. You're ignorant. You're the problem. This and that. Quit blaming. Okay. Focus on yourself. That is another great point of advice. Focus on yourself. Quit focusing on everybody else's and everybody's opinion and Instagram and all this. I know that we kind of have nothing to do right now, so a lot of people are turning to TV and their phones and Instagram and social media, which, whatever. I'm a victim of that too. But we need to kill each other with kindness, and we need to be supportive of each other. And if you have a disagreement, make things right or let it go. Okay? I love you guys. Hope this was helpful. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day.